So yeah, before we dive into stablecoins, why doesn't everyone introduce themselves really quickly? Tell us a little bit about your company, and then just something to get to know all of you. What's the first thing you do in the morning before a big day in crypto?
Okay, so hello guys, good afternoon. Well, my name is Antônia. I am director of crypto in Latin America at Visa. I think I don't have to explain what Visa does. It's our payments and cards. And what I do, well, we are in a very specific time right now. So first thing, check Bitcoin price, and then check if the Brazilian regulator sent any new regulation, because the last days are...
Yeah, we're going to need to talk about that afterwards.
Yes. And you?
So I'm Ignacio from Lemon Cash. Lemon Cash is a dual wallet. It's the seamless way to bridge from crypto and also fiat. We're present in 7 countries already. Also integrated Polygon in our ecosystem with more than 5 million users. And maybe the first thing I do in the morning to set my tone on crypto, I usually start seeing TradingView, maybe the prices, but now I think I'm a bit of a shift right now. This is not the best time to do it, so.
That's probably the healthy thing. I think
I
a
need
lot
to
of
start
us
with
check.
yoga maybe or something more relaxed right now.
Good idea.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. I'm Guillermo Goncalvez, founder and CEO of El Dorado. We're building a stablecoin-powered super app for Latin America. I'm originally from Venezuela. I've been working in the crypto space for over 12 years, started mining Bitcoins back in 2013. And yeah, the first thing I do in the morning before a big crypto day is probably check my Whoop to see if I had a good night of sleep. And yeah, probably check my emails.
Got it. So yeah, this question's for all of you guys. So stablecoins have unlocked the US dollar and access and inclusion to a lot of users, a lot of companies cross-border. How are stablecoins reshaping the competitive landscape? And are we watching the rise of fintechs that can go global really from day one, where typically it would be by jurisdiction and by country? So I'd love to get all of your input.
So guys, for sure we can say that stablecoin is helping to enable this new way to work for those fintechs. The stablecoin technology is challenging the traditional rails, right? So, well, we are here. If you go to the next, the pavilion here, we will see several new companies that are starting to work with payments, with wallets, and developing new products into the financial environment that we were not seeing 5 years ago. So stablecoin is leading a new phase of the environment, of the market, and the nature of the technology is the main responsible for it.
So I think the landscape right now, the main thing that is changing is, of course, in time to market, right? So fintechs like us, for example, 5 years ago, we had the challenge, for example, to launch a Visa prepaid card or something like that. And it took us maybe almost 1 year to launch that, you know? So first of all, the first phase that we are seeing is, in terms of time to market, is much more efficient. So companies, fintechs, different projects, they can launch maybe in 1 month, and they can have all the capacities and capabilities that it took us maybe all of these years to get to where we are right now. They can launch it maybe in 1 month. Then, of course, a second part of this, Sam, is that mainly use cases and also solving problems of fintechs that all right now nowadays is every time present, you know. So people having trouble to bring their money from abroad. So right now it's a commodity that every single player that has it. So all these type of solutions right now, they're really adopted, and this is like a new fintech landscape that you're seeing right now.
Guillermo.
Yeah, I actually have to agree with Ignacio on this one. A few years ago, building a fintech was a better solution than building a bank. Fintech is kind of like a regulatory arbitrage from a bank. But I think that on-chain products are also a regulatory arbitrage from building a fintech. So one of the underappreciated aspects of building a on-chain first experience today is that the whole technology stack is actually getting quite commoditized. And I don't think this is a bad thing at all. Today, if you have Fireblocks, Bridge, maybe rain cards powered by Visa and so on, you can get a very neat on-chain banking experience, and maybe there are some developers in Nairobi or in other cities in Africa, Latin America, and other emerging countries of the world that can build a pretty low-cost neo-banking experience. And I think that that's one of the huge advantages that we are going to have if we want to solve this underbank and unbank issue and be able to accelerate GDP growth for the emerging markets of the world.
So you mentioned commoditization of some on-chain products. You mentioned problems you're solving. For Ignacio, Guillermo, would love to get an understanding of some of the problems that you guys are solving for both B2B and B2C customers today. And just tell us a little bit maybe about the point of differentiation for you guys with solving some of these problems.
So some problems already, what we were talking before. Maybe the first ones that we started to see almost 2 years ago. First case was these remittances type of products that we needed to build for our users. We are very focused on the B2C segment for the retail user. So we were having, for example, a lot of people having their money on platforms like PayPal and so on. They didn't have like an easy solution to bring that money here to Argentina or countries from Latin America. Right now there's like a commodity solution that every single fintech and also player, they can plug it in maybe in 1 month or very, very easy. So that was one of the main problems that we had. Making payments in a cross-border type of fashion as well was another one. So right now, for example, infrastructure that is built on Polygon, right? That an Argentinian can travel to Brazil. They can do a payment with Argentinian pesos through the PIX infrastructure. So those are the type, let's say, of, we see the crypto a lot, right? Like these Legos that we see on payments and also on infrastructures, they're working a lot and they actually solve real problems from the users.
It's amazing.
Yeah, on my side, I'm originally from Venezuela, so I'm a hyperinflationary soil there. But aside from that, hyperinflation forced 7 million of Venezuelans to move out of our home country. And one of the issues that we started seeing is that it was very, very difficult for Venezuelans and also for millions of Latinos all over the world to send money back home. There are 65 million Latinos living in the US alone. So the opportunity gap for building very simple cross-border payment solutions and remittance solutions is huge. So we are targeting some of those cross-border corridors, especially for migrants, for freelancers and so on. And more recently on the B2B side, we have seen the appearance of some other use cases that a few years before were untapped, things like imports and exports. We have a company from Bolivia who's actually doing exports of textiles to Argentina. So when we were like chatting with some of our customers, we were very, very impressed that this Bolivian company, very traditional company, nothing to do with technology at all, was leveraging El Dorado to move Bolivianos to USDT and then USDT to Argentine pesos, back and forth. So I was very, very impressed and touched by that, and I think that those are the use cases that we're building for.
These guys are changing the world. Over to Visa. So we know Visa has experimented a lot with USDC settlements. Would love to get an understanding from your perspective how you guys see yourselves integrating USDC and stablecoins at scale, and maybe some of the partners or the pilots or the use cases outside of settlements, including settlements, that you guys are seeing traction in.
Well, I think that it's important to say that Visa is working with crypto since 2015 at least. So although stablecoin is hype right now, we not started to work with crypto right now. So, and we understand that once we started to work with crypto so many years ago, we have a relationship and we understand how the crypto environment works. And the other side, we still understand a lot the traditional market. We have been working with them for over 70 years. So what we are doing right now is being that bridge that is connecting the crypto environment with the traditional. We must, to be honest, the user experience in crypto was not the best one in the last years, and we are trying to get our products like a Visa card to enable that any crypto user can spend their crypto in the same way that they are already used to using a Visa card in any one of our 150 merchants around the world. So this is one way that Visa is approaching the stablecoin connection. So we are connecting, we are linking a traditional card Visa to your wallet. Another way, and on that way, we are helping the...
When on Polygon?
Soon. And the other way, and by doing that, we are for sure helping our users. So you now can use your crypto to pay, to buy a McDonald's, to spend wherever you want. On the other way, we need to help the issuers and the acquirers, because if you are dealing with crypto, you don't have to change, convert from crypto to fiat in order to settle your obligations. So we are enabling the possibility to settle the obligations with Visa with stablecoins. We just launched 4 stablecoins that are possible to settle with Visa, not just for the issuers but for acquirers too. And this will help those issuers and acquirers to settle up to 7 days a week. That is something that's in the traditional way we can do. And we know that for the traditional market, this, even if we gave everything, there is some difficult parts on the technology, on the infrastructure, that the market is not ready yet, and for that we are doing some kinds of partnerships. So partnerships like Rain that Ignacio shared, partnerships with Bridge, with banks, there are partners that are helping us to bring those products in an easier way for the market. So at Visa, just to have in mind, we already settled over $250 million in stablecoins. And these are numbers that are not updated, because this year, this number will be much higher. So this is something that's already a reality, and we are getting the retail to use stablecoin on a daily basis.
Settlement 7 days a week, that is bullish.
Just to add a point, I was in a meeting yesterday analyzing how the settlements in stablecoin would impact, at least, for example, the acquirers in Argentina. And when we are offering the settlements in stablecoin for acquirers, we are saying that they will be able to have at least 1/3 of the year in money daily, because you have the Sundays and Mondays, and you have the holidays. And in Argentina, for example, you have, I think, 19 holidays a year. So that's the power of money that we are giving to our customers, that are helping them to use that money, or to sell, to use that as a new source of revenue, or to use as floating and get more money.
Amazing. So what I'm hearing is there's still a little bit of fragmentation in the user experience. Over to you guys. I'm just curious how you guys think about user experience. I know at Polygon we think about, people say DeFi mullet, but a lot of us try to think about supercharging fiat rails. So on the back end and stablecoin rails, front end, very familiar experiences. Curious, as you're designing your user experiences, how are you thinking about it, both today and long term?
So in our case, Sam, I think the main challenge was how to make crypto and also make it in a seamless way as possible. You know, try not to mention terms like crypto, using those type of words. So in Lemon, we had to accrue actually new terms, right? Like the digital dollar, for example, or start to create new concepts for the users in order to onboard them in the easiest way possible, right? So as not to create an entry barrier for them in the first phase. So that's actually something we had to work on a lot. Then, in how do we build our products, we see that, in this case, stablecoins, we often think of them as a complement, right? So we are very aware that our users, in the case of consumers, of course, they will still use fiat, right? They will keep using fiat. They earn their wages on fiat. They transact money with their relatives or friends on fiat, right? They're going to keep using the traditional financial system. So the way we think all the products and also the user experience is to build complements, right? So you can do this with fiat, okay, you can do it as well with crypto or stable coins. You can do a remittance, for example, with crypto as well, or either with on banking, sending US dollars right from your bank account. You can receive them maybe on USDC on the platform. These are the type of concepts that we are trying to build, and actually they're doing really good as well.
Guillermo, over to you.
Yeah, one of the main challenges on the payment side, on the TradFi payment side, is that we have a region with dozens and dozens of countries with different financial systems, many of them isolated from each other. So it's nearly impossible to send a banking transfer from my bank in Colombia to a bank in Brazil and then to a bank in Argentina instantly and for a low cost. So I think that the rise of real-time payment systems is really making a difference. Argentina has been promoting this for quite some time with CBU transfers, and we have seen the rise of Pix in Brazil, the biggest or one of the biggest real-time payment systems in the world, and a fantastic example for the rest of the emerging markets. So I think that what we're lacking is full interoperability among all these local real-time payment systems across our region. So one of the cool things that we're doing at El Dorado is that we're leveraging stablecoin liquidity, mostly USDT liquidity, with these real-time payment systems on all these countries to be able to do like cross country swaps. Like I have Colombian pesos, but I need to my family needs to receive Bolivianos in Bolivia, but I don't care if I'm using USDT liquidity, peer-to-peer market, market makers, Polygon, whatever other chain in the backend.
So they care about Polygon stuff.
they only care about what they're receiving on the other side of the equation. So we try to make sure that we make that experience as seamless as possible. We're actually working on a product that we're calling internally Fiat to Fiat. I know it's a horrible name for a crypto product. We're part of the. We need to fix that on our industry, but I think that's one of the things that we need to accomplish, like abstracting everything to the user, so we can make the experience as seamless as possible and as interoperable as possible.
Cool. We're going to wrap up with this question. So this is for all of you. Next 3 to 5 years, what are you most excited about in the space, or just maybe give us a bold prediction of things that you're excited about over the next 3 to 5 years in the space?
I can start. So something that excites me a lot, also Guille here gave a hint already. In the next 3 or 5 years, we're going to start to see more interoperability among the infrastructure for payments. As Guille was saying, well, the Brazilian case, of course, is the example, but we're already seeing it in Peru. Right now in our platform, this is already happening too. We're seeing it in Colombia right now with the Breve interoperability system. So those sort of stuff actually let us keep on building, also offering good solutions for the users, get us as well creative, right, to give new challenges to us. So that excites me a lot in the short term.
Well, I used to say that we know that we win the market when the people stop to talk about the technology and they just use. Maybe 3 to 5 years is few. We need a little more. But I would like to see a more used users to use the technology, our product. And less times like that where you have to explain, and more, hey, you don't have to explain because the necessity that solution is solving is so powerful that you only know that this is better. For example, you don't have to explain Pix for Brazilians. They know why that is a powerful solution. So my expectation is that we will achieve that pattern. So.
I agree.
So yeah, I would say that, I mean, it's not really a bold prediction if it's consensual. So stablecoins are already on a similar pace to Visa. So that's not even like a bold prediction. So I think like like a bold prediction for the next 3 to 5 years is that the whole financial ecosystem, it's going to be fully built on chain and fully built on stablecoin rails. So I'm very, very excited to see the next fintech companies being built on directly on stablecoin rails. So I want to see buy now, pay later solutions, mortgage-backed loans fully built on chain, under collateralized lending protocols, stablecoin embedded marketplaces. So I think that those are the missing pieces for the whole equation. And of course, AI agents are going to be a huge part of this equation in order to make all these processes way more automated and way more efficient than today.
And for those who want to do this, you can use Visa tokenized asset platform that's designed to programmable finance.
Banks are already starting to do this on Polygon, so we'll leave it at that. Time's up, guys. It was great hanging out with you guys. Great conversation. Thank you.